Hi everyone, my name's Mercedes, and I decided to examine the issues of ethics in dark tourism. So, my essay, I tried to answer the question, is dark tourism ethical? And what I came up with was that yes, it is ethical if done in the correct situation. In most correct situations, you would be supporting the local economy by choosing local tour guides where the profits are going directly back into that country's economy. Um, it can also raise awareness of the history of the site along with the issues that were presented there. It can also provide education with the history, and I guess firsthand experience is always going to be more impactful than reading about a situation in a book. And then also it could aid in preservation if you have to buy like a ticket to view something like the catacombs, you have to purchase a ticket. Most likely that money is hopefully going into keeping the site open and available for tourists to view and participate in. And most of the problems that we hear about in dark tourism today are because of people, not the places themselves. So while these destinations might have a hallowed past that, is not fun, that doesn't mean that the site itself is bad or doing something wrong. It's the people that make an issue at the sites. So when is dark tourism unethical? I read a lot about human behavior and how that relates to dark tourism. Uh, and I just kind of wanted to see what other people had to think about if somebody had gone to a site with a sensitive past, like the World Trade Center, Auschwitz, and they acted inappropriately. Uh, so examples of acting inappropriately could be anything from when a tourist is unaware of their surroundings, they're not taking into account the people around them and how that destination might affect them. Another unethical point would be visiting a dark tourist destination for the wrong reasons. Hopefully, you're going to a dark tourist place either, out of curiosity and respect for the place and not just to go there and gawk and be there for the wrong reasons. It also turns unethical when inappropriate behaviors start happening, like taking selfies. While this might be acceptable some places, it's not at a lot of places. Most likely you wouldn't go to a cemetery and take smiling selfies. It's kind of just comparative. You also wouldn't speak loudly or shout at these locations, just because that goes along with the not being aware of your surroundings. There are people there that could be grieving or trying to learn. Another taboo is going to be speaking ill of the site or history. If you're there to learn and experience the culture and what had happened at this place, you don't want to just bash it and make fun of it. And then another part would be being disrespectful to others there or the site itself. So if it is a tourist destination, it's probably somewhat preserved. So you shouldn't go being disrespectful to the actual site itself by graffiti or carving your initials into anything just because that is a historical site. Another unethical problem that we have with dark tourism is going there to just ogle. And that goes along with my next point, which is visiting a dark tourist site too soon. A great example of visiting a dark tourism site too soon could be like the earthquakes that happened in Haiti back in 2011. Uh, Obviously, they want humanitarians going to help right away, but you should never go to a place just to look at the destruction and just look around and see how sad people are. That's never the right reason to go to a dark tourism location. Lastly, we want to avoid going to any destination that's going to be unsafe or unhealthy for humans. A good example of this would be any war zones. You don't want to get in the way of any active combat because that's clearly unsafe for you, and it just creates more problems. Another example of being unhealthy would be if you go to Ukraine to view Chernobyl, you don't obviously want to go directly up to the reactor. You're there to have a tour, a guided tour, more importantly, and you should never go off on your own to explore. So that's what my research essay is all about, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video abstract.